Alright, fuck, I forgot. I can play Victor. I'm sorry about what happened in court earlier today. Everyone will be talking about me behind my back now. A dirty old man who was so busy looking at serving girl's backside that he can't remember her face? A filthy, depraved animal? Not at all. Are you listening to me, boy? I don't care what you say. I saw that waitress put it in. She put some white powder in the young lad's cappuccino.
We hear you.
And another thing, the young lad was wearing an earpiece on the same side of the lens of his broken spectacles.
We're really sorry.
No, we're not, Maya. Don't apologize. So I made a little mistake about the vase. So what? I know I said. I tell you. Okay. Take it easy, please, Mr. Kudo. Don't tell me to take it easy so I can hear Brett. Take this.
You said you were a craftsman, right?
The mall will cast honest craftsmen like me aside in droves.
Surely it's not that.
I come from a long line of craftsmen, right back to the time of the shoguns. Do you hear me? I didn't become an importer. I was born one.
Actually, I'm kind of in the same situation myself.
I wanted to stick my fingers up that dribbling old judge's nose and scream right down his ear hole. Objection!
Oh, so did you want to become a lawyer when you were young?
I don't think that's quite it, Maya. I think you're just in a bad mood, that's all. I got a tsunami of frustration inside and it's ready to burst out! If we let him start rambling now, we might never shut him up. What should I do? Suck it up. Guess I better let him talk. So, there's not much call for craftsmen these days, huh? Of course not, you idiot! All I'm goofing nowadays is running errands!
Errands?
Everyone takes advantage of the elderly. Buy some bread, Gramps. Take the dog for a walk, Granddad. Feed the pigeons, old man. What am I, some sort of too-big community handyman?
Well...
Buy some bread. Now that I can understand. But what's the point of feeding some seedy pigeons? Why don't people say what they mean? Get lost, that's what they're trying to say. Oh yes, I'm just an inconvenience, you see. At home, at that restaurant, I just get in the way, don't I? I'm sure you don't. Wait a minute. What did you just say? At home and at the restaurant? Hold up. By restaurant, are you talking about Tribulations? Did you get asked to run an errand there? Yes, I did. The very day that young brat was poisoned. What? So on the day of the incident, what were you asked to do? Glad you asked, boy, because I'll tell you what I was asked to do. All of a sudden, that young lad slumped over the table. The serving girl collapsed. And I broke that vase. It all happened so fast I was in a bit of a daze, you see. Then the owner shot over to me. I cannot do a...
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Skipper? And Skipper is dead. Bad
Oh, no.
ending. Oh wait, they're muted. Can you play Armstrong while Mass is gone?
Excusez-moi, you call la police.
Call it yourself, I shall have said back, but I didn't think of it at the time.
So, did you end up calling the police?
Like I said, I was in a bit of a daze. Did you call them on your cell phone? God, do I look like I have one of those newfangled thingamajiggers? And I'm looking for a payphone, of course.
You went looking for one?
I couldn't find one right away. You know, wandering around for 5 minutes or so.
5 minutes?
So for 5 minutes after the incident happened. Yes, sirree, the owner was at Tribune on his own. Why didn't you mention this in court this morning? Well, I would have if you given me the chance. But you all bullied me out of the courtroom. Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You certainly earned your kudos for today. Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I got more to say. Oh, yes, I remember something else. Bailiff, let's go the witness out of the courtroom. Nagito, get in here. It's not my fault. You're the ones to blame. You could have at least told us before you could have at least told us before we got to court.
Is it really that important that Mr. Kudo was the one who called the police?
Soup. What is poor is the unaccounted time before the police arrived. The victim was dead and Maggie was unconscious, which leaves that man alone in the restaurant. Mr. Kudo might have been chased out of the place on purpose.
What do you mean?
Maybe a certain someone didn't want him in the restaurant.
Ah!
Oh sure, you go ahead and say I was in the way as usual. I suppose I should have been getting myself covered in pigeon poo instead, We need to get more details about what exactly happened. From Maggie and from Mr. Armstrong.
Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again.
But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef.
Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me.
Only a couple of minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone.
Missing when we need to talk to him the most.
Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. And here I thought he was a good man. Or woman. Them.
Oh, Mr. Wright!
Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you.
Was that just unbelievable and cool today, sir? I'm going to stay up all night and blog about everything that happened.
Oh gosh, she's gonna go to X.
Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there.
Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man.
Well, he was all over the place with his testimony.
The only one.
Huh? What did you mean?
Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway.
Is it possible she's the one misremembering things?
Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember?
Yep, there's just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is that other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him.
But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today? That what the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? So which one is it? Don't tell me it's like this type of Celeste Ludenberg type shit.
So you really think it was this disappearing man that did it?
Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it.
The MC Screwdriver album, right?
It was MC Bomber, Maya. That name was scrawled on the sports paper as well.
I never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir.
Or the victim's medication that's gone missing too.
Ouch, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me.
You and me both, Maya. You said that you passed out when the victim Glenn L. collapsed, right?
Yeah, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. When I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir.
So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations?
No, no idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright?
The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture.
Chased out the picture? What do you mean?
Old CD wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police.
Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time.
No, no. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you?
When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all.
You fucking bastard fighting with Tom the dog in his beam. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright?
Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier.
I don't know. Things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir.
Maggie looks like she's trying to figure something out.
Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about old CD.
I feel much better after this trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceedings addict for years now. I feel like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man.
He's not really that bad of an old man, though.
Still, I felt a bit uneasy.
God damn it, Maggie, make up your mind.
Huh? I thought you just said you felt much better.
Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony.
Doctor, I'll spit it all and see what you make of it.
Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you?
Actually, yes. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite...
Doesn't quite what?
Well, when I took a copy over to the victim's table... It's true there was another customer in the restaurant.
Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo.
But I can't really say it was an old man.
Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man?
No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was a woman.
Oh, yeah, it's that girl.
Yeah, it's fucking Violetta.
A woman? Woman?
Women. Are you sure, Maggie?
Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so.
So? What did this woman look like? Yep, that's her.
And she had kind of a cackling laugh.
Creepy.
She looked like she came out of some horror RPG or something.
Bet.
Cackling.
Why do I get the feeling I come across a woman like that recently? Nick, come on.
You know who. Ooh,
Oh yeah, here you go, Maggie, a bunch of wieners.
yeah, we gotta get her the lunchbox.
Oh yeah, I got something you're going to love.
Really? What is it?
A lunchbox just for
Bunch
you.
of wieners.
Here.
Lunchbox weenies too. Leave it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright?
No, I don't have a crush on you, but you know who else got a crush?
How was Detective Gumshoe? Who else would make us such a nice lunchbox for you?
Man, I love Gumshoe, man.
Gumshoe?
He's sweet, but he gets he gets trampled so often.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for him. He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this too.
He loves you.
Can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir.
What? Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that.
The rules are rules. They'll lock you up if you break them.
Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier.
And anyway, I hate weenies.
You just said you love weenies.
Oh, really?
It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright.
But
She's right. It's better than letting it go to waste.
I guess so.
Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. We ate some weenies.
Well, how was it?
That hit the spot.
I'm sure you do, Phoneix.
I love weenies.
I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir.
Man, I feel bad for Gumshoe.
Yeah.
Maggie, come on. Don't be like that.
Hey, come on, yeah. Don't be such a downer. Oh boy. The main server just went up in smoke!
What you doing?
Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? The superintendent's here already!
Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too.
I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief!
But I'm watching videos online of catching up on my Asian soap operas.
Chief, I'm throwing the switch!
No! Just what so young God was about to confess to his son how to try girlfriend.
Wow, this place is really buzzing.
This place is a madhouse, Maya. What? Something must be really going down. Something really big.
Oh boy, I can take over Gumshoe.
Alrighty.
I'll give it a shot. Huh? What you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay.
Huh?
We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus! A virus!
A virus?
There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system.
Through the fuck.
Fuck.
I really need to ask you some questions.
Okay, I'm only gonna say this once, so listen up. Yes. No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? Okay.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there.
True. Ah! We're not thinking about borrowing money, Detective. We want information.
Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tenderlander is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy. Whoa, holy shit, my fucking voice cracked. Holy shit. It went up a fucking octave. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed, calling in all their debts.
Really?
Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady.
Alright, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute! What did you just say? That lady?
This lady he's talking about, Nick.
Oh, we know. We gotta find out what the story is with this lady. Phoneix, we know.
We know.
So what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe?
I don't know.
What?
Look, I just go with the flow, alright, pal?
And here I thought Detective was supposed to be someone knowledgeable. As a detective, you're supposed to be knowledgeable.
What's with that face, pal? You think you think you know what a virus is? You think I know what a JPEG is?
Well, Nick, do you?
A computer virus? Sure. I mean, only in simple terms, of course.
Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on.
Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright?
Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Okay, fine.
Okay, shit.
Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basic to the two of you. Are we literally... Wait, what's happening? Are we getting a definition of a virus?
Yep, we are. Cause these two don't fucking get it.
A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage.
Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode?
Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room.
I want you in my room. Let's spend the night together from now until forever. All I can think of is that stupid fucking pipe bomb video. It's ruined me.
No, the damage is, well, it's all internal.
So the inside goes boom, right?
Imagine all the case data you got stored on your PCs here in the station. A virus could wipe out all that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about.
Wow, that's scary.
Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious.
Infectious?
Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. I feel like this is gonna be important in the Dark Trilogy? I don't know.
Oh boy. Huh. Just like a real virus, huh?
But, Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? These people are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal?
No,
Because people like to see the world on fire for fun.
no, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else.
What? That's horrible.
Oh, I get it. It's like you're sneezing on Mr. Goto so he catches a cold.
Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It's wrong.
Who? What? Where? Why did the conversation jump to talking about me?
That's what always happens.
Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage.
And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before.
The name of the virus? Huh. I feel like I heard it before too. Wait a minute. Is it fucking MC Bomber?
Uh-oh.
Detective Gumshoe, about this.
What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and this virus right now, so I... Ah! This is it! This stupid name! I remember now!
I thought so. Here it comes.
Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on?
It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. Stop.
The name scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus! MC Bomber!
What?
Yeah, the virus that just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber!
Can you give us any more details? Please. MC Bomber.
We already knew about the MC Bomber virus from a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if their demands weren't met.
Who are they?
I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess.
Oh god, the Yakuzas.
The Yakuza.
And now the virus has been released, huh?
Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts! They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival.
All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie.
Blade Runner.
Apparently the programmer who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the root of this virus on the black market.
You mean someone put this virus up for sale? Oh my, well, that's not uncommon.
Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal.
Oh my god, this got into like a government system. That would suck. In the millions? A virus could be worth that much?
If it fucking destroys important data, yeah.
This is deep.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
Oh yeah,
We gotta show the lady. That's the girl who works over at Tenderlander. You wanna stay away from her, okay? I mean it.
She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she?
she's kinda cute, not gonna lie.
That should be the least of your worries, pal.
I'm into women that can kill me.
I
What's that?
like the kind of woman
You know,
that
when I
can
left
kick
the
my
house today, I was
ass.
thinking, damn, I wish some hot chick would paint my brains all over some fucking hallway. And here we are.
What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse?
Her name's Viola Cadaverini. Fuck.
Oh. She's a mob.
Yep.
Well, fuck. Phoenix, why does it always happen to you?
Granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. I keep
Oh,
getting this
that's
wrong.
even worse.
Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick?
Never heard of him. Phoenix, you're a fool.
Bruto Cadaverini is the boss of the Cadaverini family.
The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. Yeah.
We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police.
I guess you need to send a hotshot detective, huh? Yuma, get in here. I don't wanna.
I don't wanna. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you?
I got it. The best detective team for the job. Vivia for surveillance, Halara, and
For
Aphex.
the brawn.
Aphex and Halara for the bronze.
Yeah.
No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe about this family. 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 Family.
Family.
Family. Family. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis?
Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who.
You're a cop and you're scared? What's that about? Phoneix.
Trust me, doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. We can't touch them. They've got too much moolah.
Moolah? As in...
Hey, you fucking dumbass. They pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market.
Shin.
The Shin.
The black market, huh? And that includes Tender Lender, I take it. Oh my...
Sure. No one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean no one.
Don't tell me that this guy is the bodyguard of her, and we just got in his crosshairs. I'm fucked!
They were fucked.
I've been pretty obvious.
Interesting. Maya, I don't want to die. Maya.
So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then?
Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him.
So, how did she end up at Tender Lender?
I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tenderlander are pretty tight.
Tight?
Most tight.
Most tight.
That's what it said in a file I read related to Maggie's case.
Sounds like a pretty important clue.
Ah, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing.
And that is?
You know, the lunchbox. Oh no. How did everything go?
Well, Gumshoe. Lunchbox?
You remember the weenies?
Poor Gumshoe.
Oh yeah. Those weenies. Why do you keep saying weenies?
I can't say that. Oh god. Okay. I'll take a fucking bullet. I'll take the fucking bullet. Don't clip it though. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch?
Huh? Well, it was delicious.
Maya!
Maya. God damn it. Yeah, that's what she said. Really?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Yeah, just lie, please.
Well, how did...
No, Maya! Don't worry about it, pal.
Thank God Gumshoe shut that down.
Thank God. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared.
Prepared? What do you mean?
I made a jumbo lunchbox.
Oh cool, these weenies are twice as big.
Oh,
Do me a favor again, huh, pal? And deliver this.
This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one.
I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that.
weenies again, Nick? Well, maybe we don't have to eat all these too.
This is a jumbo one. Oh God.
I really can't eat any more.
Maya! I'm gonna edit this somehow and make it... Oh. Well, no weenies. No weenies for you then. Time to meet GLaDOS again. Hey.
Hey, GLaDOS.
Hot. How many Psyche Locks you had? 3?
4, I think? Oh no, 3.
So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elk was in?
I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service?
What's she talking about? I guess I better just take a shot and see where it gets me. Miss Bizzle, let me ask you something. Did Mr. Elk's trouble have something to do with this? The losing horse racing tickets, because his troubles are probably, you know, money troubles. That's why he wanted to win the lottery.
What is that?
A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones.
With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral.
Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell?
But what is the relevance of these tickets?
The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg. He had a gambling habit, didn't he? Gambling, 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 gambling.
Gambling.
I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the fact
Shoichi and Gumshoe and Elg.
everyone likes to go to the races from time to time.
Yeah, but not everyone buys this many tickets.
Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own.
You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's got to have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? Ah, the robot sweats. Maybe bad enough to be the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps?
You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand?
Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any.
But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000.
Yeah, but
It's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it?
it's true that Mr. Elk won $500,000 in the end. But that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that.
Deep trouble? What do you mean?
Mr. Elk's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. The tiger. Or tigre. Furio Tigre, the boss of loan office called Tender Lender.
Lender. People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
your company's named Blue Screen.
Like, you're the one that talk. Well, what do you think?
Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money.
No! I mean about Mr. Elg.
You think Glenn had something to do with this, Rudio Tigre?
Yes.
Rudio Tigre. I'm sorry, I don't know of any connection between the two of them.
Really? Because I got proof that Mr. Elg and the tiger knew each other. Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met when... This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt.
It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habit. About $100,000, I think.
$100,000? Ouch!
But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear.
Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that good luck. Okay. So, the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then?
Well, it isn't easy to say that. He said he would use his talents to repay the money.
Oh. So he was gonna send over the MC Bomber virus somewhere? And get money from that? Oh wait, yeah, that would make sense. His talents?
I suspect he was talking about programming.
What computer computer programming is worth $1,000. I mean, $100,000.
Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work.
I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that is infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber!
Processing power than any computer. But it had been infected with a gambling virus.
Like Neo.
What?
Neo, you put a lot of work into your YouTube stuff, but your head is just filled with gambling.
Glenn was in too deep.
You mean he wasn't dead? You're
Yes,
in too deep and
$100,000
you're
in
trying
debt.
to keep.
Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit risky.
Risky? How? Maya. Put on the maid outfit, Elle. Neo, it's you.
Maybe he was going to become a waitress at Tribulations?
Put on the maid outfit, Glenn. Where do you come up with these ideas? So it's safe to say Mr. Elk was the creator of this virus, huh?
Yes. It was a work of genius. In a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market.
Inconceivable. Gumshoe was right for a change.
Wow.
Damn, what the?
September 3rd, that is marked on his calendar.
Take a shot every time Phoenix makes a low blow
That
at
was his
Gumshoe.
deadline for
Yeah.
paying his debt.
I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. What the? Phoenix, that's littering! At first I thought he just gave the tickets to Maya. Here, I have my junk.
Use the trash can, Nick.
No. I think I have all I need to question Violeta. Hey, scary lady. Here you go. Okay, here we go. The head bandage. You said that bandage around your head was from an operation. You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct?
Yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently.
Now, by fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right?
He...
Did the injury in question have something to do with this? There is an achievement if I present something wrong. Well?
Donuts?
Huh?
I baked them myself. Homemade donuts. Have one.
No!
What's inside?
Jam and...
I'm sorry, but I didn't quite catch that.
He...
Thanks, but no thanks. I think I'll pass. I guess that was a flop. What happened to this woman for her to have such a huge bandage around her head? There must be some piece of evidence that will prompt her to tell me what happened. Hey! Homemade donuts. Get a donut offered to Phoneix by Viola. What a weird achievement.
Yeah.
Thank you, Xbox. Really cool. Here you go. I have your car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident.
Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis.
Yes, it is.
I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me?
Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. Alright then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Oh, she's 25. I knew exactly who you are. Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? That's one.
Happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family cars when someone pulled out in front of me.
That's the
It
tiger.
was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swore to try and avoid it, but I took a blow to the head. A bad one.
Yeah, I can imagine. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right?
Ooh. I don't know what happened to them.
Neo is currently dying, chat.
They ran away, or so I heard.
Ran away?
If they'd stayed, I'd have... He...
Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been... It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident.
It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it.
I mean, clearly it was, unless he gaslit her.
We collided. The motorbike and my car. Well, Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he?
It was the tiger who caused Viola to crash. I could feel it. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him, too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have the proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. His little pink scooter right here. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a scooter, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. Miss Cadaverini? You know the truth, don't you?
He...
This repair bill was paid by Fiorito Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? So, did they rope him in to pay off the debt?
It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true.
I knew it.
But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive.
How much are we talking?
Very, very, very expensive.
She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure. I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid it off, right?
After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. I believe him.
Don't tell me he doesn't. That would suck! Really? But do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. Your granddad? I mean, to be fair, if you call us like a hit and run on a Don's daughter, then yeah. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruto Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? What?!
$1 million.
That's a lot of money, and I don't think the tiger has that much.
4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really?
Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big.
They said the operation cost $1 million.
What? What type of operation costs that much?
$1 million? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh?
It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically, pay or get in some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? It have to be related to our poisoning case somehow.
I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruto Cadaverini. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather.
Oh, so you gaslit yourself. Aw, fuck!
I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was... it was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these.
What are these? Medical papers?
I'm Bruto Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer. He simply couldn't refuse.
A $1 million bill for cranial surgery. Payment was due last year.
Wow, I feel so bad for Viola.
It's inexcusable.
Huh?
There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Base right, base right, base right, base right.
Is everything alright, Nick?
We should get going. Or after we finish our espresso.
Yeah.
I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. I like how Phoneix like finishes the coffee because Viola offered that to them. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And now Phoneix wants to pin the tiger to a wall. Here we are.
Oh boy.
Hey Skipper, come back here.
Bonjour, bonjour. I have been waiting for you to return.
Mr. Armstrong.
Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. I'd like to ask you a few questions. Oh, it's him. I got Tiger. Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas.
It's Zinio.
Who you calling Zinny up? Maya, well,
Teleport out.
well, appropriate response. Come up on the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You wanna play a game with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers, now! Uh-oh, I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical paper? What are you doing, Phoneix? Don't just show him!
You fucking dumb asshole. Dumb idiot.
I'm gonna do the funny, right? I'm gonna taser ya. Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. You wanna know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. It ain't only her face. She thinks she got power cause she blew a little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm going to expose what you did to get the 1 million you used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Mr. Armstrong?
I cannot argue. I cannot argue with him.
Oh no.
That really hurt. Is that all you got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get the lighter. What? Wait! Don't tell me he's gonna burn us.
He's gonna burn it.
Don't take it too hard, Phoneix, right? That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Yeah,
This
you
entire
idiot.
chapter is stupid.
Those medical papers were vital evidence. Gumshoe!
Hold it, pal.
Detective Gumshoe? Detective? You think you gonna stop me, copper? Beat it!
Whoa. Come on, Gumshoe. Keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me.
But...
Go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh?
Alright, thanks, Gumshoe.
Hey, Nick, don't leave me behind.
I'll get even with that guy
Gumshoe
tomorrow.
W.
In court. Tender Lender is going down. Phoneix versus a tiger. Fight. Kiss. No, wait.
No.
No. Don't kiss your evil
Save
clone.
it for Edgeworth.
What, Mr. Wright?
Good morning, Maggie.
So, what do you think is going to happen today? Yesterday's section didn't go so well and ended on a giant mystery.
That's true. We still haven't solved a single part of it yet.
Are you okay, Nick?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course.
That little bastard darn eyes.
No, that wasn't doubt. That was, determination.
Why would I believe you?
It's nearly time, Maggie. You better get going to the defendant's seat.
Roger, going down, Mr. Wright. I'm counting on you.
Hey, Gumshoe.
Hey, pal.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Wait, I said that wrong. Hey, Detective Gumshoe.
Quit stressing Maggie out. She doesn't need that.
I'm being stressed out. How did you know she was stressed?
I was watching through the doorway.
Oh.
You look like you lost the case already. Show a bit of confidence, will you, pal? Yeah, maybe this'll help.
Huh? Have you taken up aromatherapy too?
Not in a million years, pal. Don't tell me that you don't remember this thing.
Come to think of it, that doesn't look like one of those aromatherapy bottles.
This is the small bottle that turned up in Tribulations' kitchen a couple days ago.
Wow, look at all these little bottles.
Oh, they're aromatherapy oils. You got so many, they're overflowing onto the floor.
Wait a minute. There's one bottle that's different from all the others.
Well, what do you know? And it doesn't have a label either.
And it doesn't smell.
We finally got the analysis results back from the lab.
So, what is it? Is it the poison?
I'm afraid not, pal. It's medication.
Oh, it's Glenn's ear medication.
Medication?
Yeah, for years. Topical use only, apparently.
For ears? You mean...
Yeah, it's the medication Glenn Elk was using for his ruptured eardrum.
Again, ow! What was Glenn Elk's ear medicine doing in the kitchen? What about the unidentified fingerprints? Anything on that?
Someone screwed up, so they only had time to analyze the contents of the bottle. Another hour and they might have gotten something on the prints, but...
That's going to weaken its impact as a piece of evidence.
Okay, pal. This is it. Make sure your defense is impregnable today. Got it?
I don't want my defense pregnant. Wait, what? Sorry.
Not what I meant.
Today's trial. I'm gonna expose that guy for what he's done. Or my name isn't Phoneix Wright. Ace Attorney. Well, technically, it's Naruhodo Ryosuke in Japan, so it's not really Phoneix Wright. I'm getting off track here. Let's just get to the trial. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Ready and waiting as always, Your Honor.
Very good. Then we'll get underway at once. Yesterday, we heard the testimony of Mr. Victor Kudo. He claimed to have witnessed the defendant putting a powder into the victim's coffee. However, the witness testimony was plagued with a number of problems.
The mark on the rim of the cup shows that the victim drank from it with his right hand. But according to the old man's testimony, he picked it up with his left hand.
Thank you, Mr. Godot. Furthermore, according to the witness account, the victim was listening to the radio with an earpiece in his left ear. Yet the victim's left eardrum was ruptured, which made him effectively deaf in that ear.
It's amazing how many contradictions a single case can have, huh, Nick?
The section.
There it is.
There it is.
Allow me to enlighten you, Your Honor. The world, you see, keeps turning, and we must turn with it.
You lost me already, Mr. Godot.
Don't let the mysteries of yesterday mystify you today.
What are you talking about?
Only losers think
The you of
fast.
today will have an answer for the you of tomorrow.
You got the change of the times. That's what I want.
Okay, yeah, you must have. You gotta have something to do with like a past case or something, cause. Are you implying that you resolved these contradictions? You know the
answers to these.
It's the judge.
Oh, sorry.
You know the answer to these riddles?
The old guy wasn't just throwing shit in the air, he was throwing us off the stage. And today I'll prove it.
Very well. Let the first witness take the stand. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh.
And you are. Oh, bonjour everyone! Bonjour everyone! I'm Jean Armstrong, the owner and head chef of La Trevienne restaurant. Enchanté!
This back shot! Jesus! He's kicked up. Forgive me for asking, witness, but are you a woman?
Ooh la la, monsieur! As you can see, I'm la fat and perky gentleman, no? On the day of the incident, you were in Fabian's kitchen. Fabian. Isn't that right? Isn't it right? Is you, monsieur? Is you?
Godot wants to kill this man.
Everything feels right. Everything feels... My only love is coffee.
Wow, he's totally unfazed. Doesn't anything intimidate this guy? Very well, your testimony, please, witness. Please tell the court what happened that day at Tribulations.
Oh dear! Oh dear! When it all happened, there were just two customers in my restaurant. I remember I was experimenting with some new obstacles that day. Like having a large mirror between the tables, for example. Oui, perhaps that is what the old man was looking at. La cup, la earpiece, and la glasses. He would have seen everything in reverse, no? Everything in reverse, no?
Mirror?
Oui, un grand mirror! La most enormous mirror! Enormous mirror! He would have seen. And suddenly the mystery disappears. And the wheel keeps turning, so roll with it.
That would explain the coffee cup and the earpiece.
Gotta keep
and then
rolling.
It's rolling.
Rockets rolling.
The mirror would have made everything appear back to front. What the heck? It's way too early in the morning for this to be happening to me. Oh, then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
You would have seen everything in reverse, no? You would have seen everything.
The coffee cup, the earpiece, and the HMD. Let's think back over Mr. Kudo's testimony for a second, shall we? The boy wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. No question, you can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt. So, to summarize, we were told both the HMD and the earpiece were on the victim's left side. Now, if Mr. Kudo saw that as a reflection in a mirror, it means both the HMD and the earpiece were actually on the victim's right side.
Well, you see, monsieur, now that you think about it, it is not so hard, no? Not so hard.
Well, unfortunately, that's where we run into a monumental contradiction with the facts. If Mr. Kudo really did see everything in the mirror, why is that the HMD is now on the wrong side of his head? Order! Order! Mr. Wright is correct. If the witness generally observed the victims reflected in the mirror, then we will expect the victim eyepiece to have been over the right eye.
Right, you should have a taste of this bitterness. It'll calm you down in no time.
Are we talking about your coffee or something completely different?
You don't understand the way the witness thinks.
How he thinks?
You remember this, I presume.
The I broke the vase sorry apology? I mean, Mr. Kudo's sworn testimony?
Exactly, the old man has one very grievous habit. Other than throwing seeds. The more of an impression something makes, the more muddled his mind makes it. And what's the most striking thing about Mr. Allen?
Clearly, it's the victim's eyepiece.
And that's my point. The old man strikes again. Mr. Allen's HMD made a big impression on the old man. I saw the earpiece and those newfangled spectacles he was wearing. Oh yes, they were so that it was
That's the worst but best impression of Kudos ever. Neo.
Oh, I really thought he was old Sadie for a minute there. Godot's good.
Don't compliment him, Maya. The only person you get complimented is Edgeworth. Enough! I must agree that yesterday's witness was irresponsibly rash in much of his testimony. Not good, Hajime. Neo, it's you again. Bless you.
Bad luck, Nick. Looks like the boil of contradiction you found is just a rash.
You can't be defeated by a handful of seeds, nor can it fly. So, what exactly was the old man looking at? Fill us in, Mr. Armstrong. Go on, tell the court we're all ears. Oui, I can explain. Please, if you would look at the plan of the restaurant.
Goodness, testimony in the mirror.
Alors, il va falloir que quelqu'un comme public. Il y a bien, ils disent de mettre le restaurant, c'est pas de tout out. There is only one tip for which you can see an image of the victim. That was the secret you could relate to the victim. That was where the old man was sitting. The old man was sitting. After a terrible incident occurred, I moved the mirror so it was not divine. But naturally, I did not touch anything else.
I see no contradiction with the explanation we have just heard. Of the table next to the victim, Mr. Kudo could have seen the victim in the mirror.
What a naughty little coquette I am, confusing all the men like me. Don't worry about it. We can keep up, except for the guy breaking out in a cold sweat over there again.
Ah, I hate that guy. You say you didn't touch anything else apart from the mirror. Are you quite sure about that?
Yeah, of course.
Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you please.
Yeah.
This piece of evidence contradicts with the testimony we have heard, Your Honor. The crime photo? Yes, this photo clearly shows something that theoretically should not exist. What on earth do you mean by that, Mr. Wright?
Should not exist. Sounds like you're describing yourself, Trent.
Now then, if the defense would please clarify his statement. What is the something that should not exist in this photo?
Is it under the chair?
I think it's pretty obvious that this is what should not be in the picture. Oh. Oh, okay. The vase? Was possible? I don't know what I'm saying oh for, I don't know. What possible connection does that have to with the witness testimony? Your Honor, I'm telling you that there should have been no vase on this table. Because it very clearly contradicts with this piece of evidence. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, I get it now. Because when the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry. So what we're seeing right now is that this is actually, we're looking at the mirror. There is one thing that was clearly demonstrated by yesterday's testimony. Mr. Kudo broke the vase that was on the table where he was sitting. And yet, as the court can see, there's an unbroken vase on the table next to the victim. Why? Because Mr. Kudo was not in fact sitting at the table next to the victim at all!
Don't be an idiot, Wright. That's impossible. That seat's the only one Kudo could have seen the victim's reflection from.
Exactly! There's only one conclusion we can draw from this contradiction. There was no mirror in Tribune that oh, well, my mind wandered off somewhere. My bad. Your testimony, Mr. Armstrong, is an elaborate lie.
Obviously, the witness cleaned up the vase, while the police were taking their time getting to the crime scene.
Unfortunately, Mr. Goodell, that doesn't quite work for me. Mr. Armstrong already testified to the contrary in his own words. I did not touch anything else except the mirror. Well, witness, what do you have to say for yourself? I was right. There was no mirror in the restaurant that day. In light of this revelation, we return back to the original problem. Why did the victim have an earpiece in an ear in which he couldn't hear?
There's no turning back. Once you claim out the mirror wasn't there, Wright. And this problem is all yours. How would you explain what the old man saw?
If I can't answer this, and I'll be that much closer to the truth. I can feel it.
Are we going to be okay? Can you really solve this contradiction, Nick?
There's more than just this one contradiction, Maya. We only got one fucking joke. It's not even funny anymore.
Then don't use it.
No, I'm gonna use it still.
What do you mean?
Remember what Maggie told us? There was another man at the victim's table, and there was a sample seating on the victim's table. It all flies in the face of Mr. Kudo's testimony. And I think I know the reason why nothing in this case is adding up. Have you guys figured it out yet?
No.
Well, Mr. Wright, let's hear your answer. Yes, Your Honor. The reason behind all the contradicting in Mr. Kudo's testimony is simple. The victim was a phony. This case is riddled with contradictions. Yet, there is one very simple answer that clears them all up. And what is that? The incident Mr. Kudo witnessed and the incident the victim experienced were two completely different events. Do you get it now? Because, what Maggie saw was something earlier from what Victor saw before. Because, like Viola said, if we take into account that Viola helped Tigre of his plan, then the person in the maid outfit was her. Do you get it now? Are you with me?
Kinda, yeah.
I know it's complicated, but that's all visual novels, am I right?
Yeah.
What?
Yes, the victim that Mr. Kudo saw wasn't Mr. Glenn Elk at all. It was an imposter! Bum bum. A phony pretending to be Mr. Elk.
Where the fuck is it? Let me find it.
Obviously, unlike the
There it
victim.
is.
Apex Logan, what are you doing here? I came to tell you, there's an imposter among us. Obviously, unlike the victim, there was nothing wrong with the imposter left eardrum. That's how he ended up wearing the earpiece in his left ear by mistake. Don't tell me you're gonna spit it out. Yeah. Order! Order in the court! Settle down, I'll clear the courtroom.
Why don't you clear out your up?
What did you say?
Why are you saying that what Mr. Kudo saw was a setup?
Yes. Someone pretended to be Glenn Elk and acted out the whole coffee poisoning. All for the express purpose of creating a witness out of one Mr. Victor Kudo.
That's real strike. Why would you want anyone to do that?
Have you found out the theme for this game yet? The theme is a bunch of phony ass fakers. First we have Luke Atme, the ace detective, pretending to be Master Mask. Then we have Dahlia Hawthorne in the first case, the tutorial case, being the fake girlfriend of Phoneix Wright. And now we have this case of a fake death and a fake Phoneix, right? What the hell is going on here? Now that I got that out of my system, isn't it obvious? The thing Mr. Kudo was most insistent about in his testimony was the serving girl brought him a cappuccino, but she put something in it. That's the serving girl right there in the defendant chair. I remember her well. It's so hard to believe, but there was one and only one reason to show Mr. Kudo this fake poisoning. To show Maggie Bird in the act of poisoning the coffee. Wait a minute. And yeah, their hair lengths are different. Look at that. Boom. Boom.
Insinuating that the waitress in the old man's story was a fake as well. It's true that there were no other customers there at the time, but... It's also true that the chef was here. He would have known what was happening.
That's right. Well, witness, if your restaurant really was the scene of such theatrics, you would have known about it, correct? No, it's quite simple. All you have to do is testify. You are under oath after all. Was there in fact a phony at Tribulations that day? The defense demands that Mr. Armstrong tell the whole truth about what happened. The defense request for additional testimony accepted. You will accurately explain in detail the events at the restaurant that day.
Oh, the victim from Shield. It came to my restaurant alone. I remember that old man, it was not long after. There were no other customers. When you got one, you won the lottery. More. Monsieur L became very excited. It was approximately 5 minutes later. The poisoning incident occurred. Well, there was no time for me to do the acting. No, there was no time.
Just so we're clear, there was no mirror in the restaurant after all.
There was no problem. I'll give you your honor. I lied because I wanted this mess to be cleared up quickly. I lied because I wanted.
What you have just done is commit perjury, Mr. Armstrong. I will decide how to punish you later. If Mass was here, he would have made a joke, but I'm not that clever enough to do that. For now, we will hear your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Bless you. Mr. Wright, if you please.
Thank you.
He took that perjury charge a bit too well. I'm guessing he'll be in more serious trouble after this cross-examination. Also, he's a convicted felon. That's not good to have a perjury charge on you, my guy. Smoke weed every day. 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 Smoke weed every. Huh? No, I'm just making something fun. Get out of here. Nothing? By old man, you mean Victor Kudo, correct?
No, it comes often for my special coffee. I drink her coffee once Mr. Armstrong. It's special on cooking pots. it was a successful experience.
Oh, you make me so happy, monsieur. You're most welcome anytime.
I said it was worth one sip and nothing more.
So old Mr. Kudo arrived at the restaurant around the same time as the victim. Maybe I should ask about his arrival in more detail. So you're saying that not much time elapsed between when and the victim and Mr. Kudo arrived?
Please, that is correct.
But that still leaves the possibility that something happened in that gap of time. And by your recollection, how much time would you say elapsed?
Approximately 2 minutes, I would say.
2 minutes? That's all? It seems unlikely that anything untoward would have happened in such a short time. Rats! I knew I should have pursued this line of questioning. Out of curiosity, about what time was it when Mr. Kudo arrived?
I cannot remember, monsieur. Cannot remember.
I believe we were told by a witness yesterday. Hey, Gumshoe.
Oh, shit. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir.
That perhaps jog your memory, witness?
The incident happened about 20 minutes after we arrived. So the victim must have arrived between 2 p.m. and 2:10 p.m., no?
Just after 2, huh?
Thank you for your help. Indulging my memory, monsieur. Oh, what? Oh, what?
I can sit here all the time and do nothing now, can I? The time of day will be added to the witness testimony.
Oh, you must leave us your son. Everything I do it for you.
Let me do it for you. Monsieur bien. That's French, isn't it? I'm glad at least one person is in a good mood. Maya, it's you. I mean, Neo, it's you. Fuck.
He's even humming a song to himself.
Wait, oops. Where is it? Am I insane or did I... Oh, here it is. I'm afraid I finally got you, Mr. Armstrong.
Huh? What do you mean? What?
At the time of questioning, the victim was listening to the radio with his earpiece. The show he was listening to was Millionaire Radio. Each week, they announced the winning numbers of the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Oui, c'est parce qu'il est sûrement Monsieur Eric was listening to.
I don't see any problem with this testimony, Mr. Wright. I wonder. You say the victim arrived at your restaurant after 2 p.m., correct?
Really, I am sure of it. I remember it perfectly now. I know it was that time because I just finished serving the lunch menu. Get to the point, Wright, if you have one.
That show is broadcast live at 1:30 p.m. and it claimed to be the most thrilling 10 minutes of your life. It's on the air at 1:30? Now supposedly, the victim made some noise when it was announced that he had won. And yet, I don't believe his cry of joy would have occurred after 2 p.m. Because the show had already finished more than 30 minutes earlier by that point in time! This victim we've been told about has done nothing but the impossible. Listening to the radio with a ruptured eardrum, catching a show that was already over. There's only one conclusion you can draw from these facts. This victim was an imposter! Bum bum. Acting out the poisoning 30 minutes after the real murder. Yes, there were two Glen Elks in Tribulations that day. The real Glen Elk, now dead, having been poisoned by the real killer. And the phony Glen Elk, acting out the event for Mr. Kudo to witness. It certainly seems that way. I mean, if that
This
was...
is so complicated.
Yeah, it's one of those cases. Oh,
Like, what the fuck?
this man, Don Tigre,
Like,
oh
who
my god.
thinks I'm doing that? Just for one dude.
Yeah, Neo, we're talking about a man that dressed up as Phoneix, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, but you think this is complicated? I heard Miles Edgeworth's investigations 2 final cases really complicated. It means that it wasn't a case. How could you explain the time discrepancy?
You lack the rock hard foundation of rhythm to build your song.
What is this? Music Theory 101? Hey! I did music theory.
Let's recap. According to your imaginative theory, it's now just after 2 p.m. The phony elk is performing a play for the benefit of Mr. Kudo. How would you explain that where the real Glen Elk is?
I don't believe I have to spell this out for the court. However, at the time, the real Glen Elk was already dead. That's certainly the obvious conclusion.
You tried to say what I was hoping you would say.
What?
Now, I presume you can prove this theory of yours? Can you explain where the missing book went to?
The missing corpse?
According to the old man's testimony, there was only one other customer there. That customer was the phony Glen Elk. Then where did the killer hide the body of the real victim?
Nah! The prosecution has a valid point, Mr. Wright. If your theory is to stand up to examination by the court, you must provide us with proof by answering the prosecution's question. Where did the killer hide the body? Yes, Your Honor.
No conjecture tonight. Let's hear from fact for one. Show the court a piece of evidence that proves where the body was hidden.
Evidence? Neo, it's you. Neo, it's you.
Well, what's with the intense pressure here all of a sudden?
I thought I had him with that contradiction. But he's turned it all around and backed me into a corner instead. Well, Mr. Wright, the court will now hear the defense theory and evidence. First, where was the body of the real Mr. L concealed? Besides Tribulations. It would have been too dangerous to take the body outside. Obviously, the body must have been hidden somewhere inside Tribulations. Interesting. But where could a body have been hidden inside a restaurant? Perhaps you would care to show the court on these plans, Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. The exact location where the body was concealed inside Tribulations is... It was in the kitchen. The body was hidden here! I see.
Nice supposition. But the real question is, can you back it up? Where's the evidence that proves the body wasn't in that location?
The ear medicine. Mr. Armstrong, do you recognize this bottle?
No, I have never seen that ugly bottle before in my life. I only use the very best bottles, monsieur. The highest quality only for me.
Where was that bottle found, Mr. Wright? Interestingly enough, Your Honor, it was found in the kitchen at Tribulations.
What?
Finally, I got that. I finally got the achievement. Jesus.
But I only ever use these bottles for my aromatherapy oil.
But this bottle doesn't contain aromatherapy oil, Mr. Armstrong. No, it contains a medication. What kind of medication? I'm sure everyone remembers, don't they? That Mr. Elk visited fuck that word, clinic, and was given medication that day.
Can't be serious.
The defense had the contents of the bottle analyzed, and I have the lab results here. The content of the bottle matched the prescription that was given to Mr. Elg. Glenelg's murderer hid the body in the restaurant kitchen, at which time this bottle fell out of the victim's pocket. Mr. Armstrong, when the incident occurred, didn't you say you were in the kitchen? Yes, you know what I'm about to say. It was you who hit the victim's body! You did a fine job pretending to defend my client, Maggie Bird. However, you were setting her up to take the fall behind the poor girl's back! Order! Order! This is an extraordinary development. Witness! Did you murder Mr. Glenelg? Oh my god, Godot! Mr. Godot?
Chug, 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 chug.
I'm trying to get a light spoon. I always down a mug of coffee. That's one of my rules.
Like, what? Do you have the slightest idea how many cups you have by now?
The lines in there. I'd like to take them down with my empty cup. Listen up, chef. How about a brand new flavor you hear my pizza-pushing friend? You want the little bugger? Let me out! It is a trap! Listen to me!
Oh, hablo español, Mr. Armstrong. And por favor in Spanish. What the fuck? What?
I'm going to ask you once. Did you do it? Let's hear it. You've got one shot, right, Bram?
Witness! The court will permit you the chance to make one final statement. If you lie under oath again, Mr. Godot's coffee mug awaits you. As does my gavel. What do they always say in the movies? I got a bad feeling about this. Very well. Begin your final testimony, Mr. Armstrong.
frying lasagna in the kitchen. A man forced me to do it. I had no choice. I had to go along with this because there was a reason why I was refused. But I did not kill him. Why? You must believe me.
You were forced? By who?
I cannot say. I would be.
Let's try a different question. Then. When Mr. L died, was he really the only person at his table?
There was another man.
I knew it. Mia, we're almost done. Come here.
Maggie was telling the truth.
You may cross-examine the witness now, Mr. Wright. There's just one more thing I need to do. I gotta break this guy and get him to tell us the name of the real killer. Let's end this dance of a ring around the rosy, Mr. Armstrong. This is a man that you've been referring to. Who is that? I feel like I've seen him somewhere before. Oh, I don't know. Maybe a month ago in this very courtroom? This man is Furio Tigre. He's the manager of a loan office called Tended Lender. There's no point trying to hide the truth anymore, Mr. Armstrong. I know you couldn't go against Mr. Tigre. At least, not while you had this on you. $500,000 loan from a black market loan shark? And you had no way of paying it back, did you? That's why you were forced to do anything. This man told you.
As you say.
Hey, justice for all courtroom. Every day.
It's Maya.
Neo, come in here.
Mr. Armstrong.
Natasha, he told me he was going to use my restaurant for this whole day. On that day in question, I was meeting the victim to the man that he would pay his loan. He paid his loan. I don't know why it happened like that. Why it happened like that? I just did what he told me to. I had no choice. I carried my body and let inconsistent Maggie out of the dining area. And into the kitchen. After that, I just tried to forget what I had said.
I think we can now safely say that the man who forced your hand was Mr. Furio Tigre. I do have one further question for you, Mr. Armstrong. The poison and the lottery ticket that were found in the defendant's apron's pocket. Was that your doing as well?
That, I knew nothing about that. It can't look like he was Maggie with that. I was wrong. It just disturbing.
Mr. Godot! You will summon this Furio Tigre as a witness. I doubt that could be arranged today, so we will adjourn for now. Proceeding will continue tomorrow.
30 minutes.
What?
The trial will go on. I'll see it to myself. I need half an hour to get that guy on the stand. Not a minute more.
Godot, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna beat him? How the?
Don't sit back and relax yet, Trite. No one knows if that ship is really telling the truth or not. This trial could still go either way.
Very well. Your request is granted, Mr. Godot. We will resume once Mr. Teagle is ready to take the stand. Until then, court is adjourned for a 30-minute recess. Well, that whole trial was complicated as shit.
French people, you can roast me all you want. Maybe give me some pointers if I would substitute them next time. If I would substitute them another time.